You are tuning in to an Earful of Bj, and we are about to fill your ears with some information.
By golly, I'll tell you, that's right now.
Amen. Faj, week 7 is over, and we're going to week 8. Thank goodness.
Yep, 7 is in the books, man.
I don't like playing you. You're a jerk. Hey, week 7, let's just talk about that just a bit here. Chris is still unbeaten at 7-0.
Whoa.
Man, he's tough.
Yeah, he is. And do you think he's going to go undefeated?
I don't like that question. I really don't, because he could definitely go undefeated. I'm not saying he can't. Chris, I'm not saying you can't, but I don't think you will.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
I feel the same. Somebody's going to snitch one from him here soon.
It's possible. Bye weeks are going to be tough for him. Hashtag Feel the Wern wins again. He's 6-1.
Whoa.
And he's, obviously, everyone knows, very confident about his team. And I think he does have some reason to be.
Yeah, he does.
At first, I kind of thought he was just full of poop. But now I think he's good team.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Speaking of good teams, Ethan goes 3 in a row.
He is on a roll, man. And I really feel it's going to continue. I really do.
And that was the game of the week last week. Ethan takes it from Clay. That was a good matchup.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Faj, you beat me in a little bit of earful rivalry there.
Sorry about that. Not really.
Yeah, I believe that. Tough for me. And one of the teams I mentioned last week that I thought is just a very, very solid team is Matt. He won. Man, Matt is solid.
Oh, yeah.
I would be scared to play him right now, guys.
Me too. Look out, man. He's there.
Oh, yeah. Reagan gets a win from Anthony.
Yeah.
You know, and Anthony was...
Right, yeah, and he needs
Cam Newton.
He needs Cam Newton back.
Yes,
he does, and he's coming back. So
yeah, well, I just don't know if the Panthers are coming back.
Yeah.
Mark,
we'll see.
Mark got a win against a 2-time champion, and Sam had a poor showing.
Yeah, 34 points was it?
Yeah,
man,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
but on a brighter note, Sam, you get to move on to week 8, so that's always good.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think this matchup might be good. Sean and Jake.
Oh,
I think that might be a good week. I think Jake's going to have to start Russell Wilson again.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be good.
Yep.
And then this game was inches, centimeters maybe, millimeters from being the game of the week. Kyle and Matt.
Ooh,
Two really good teams.
Very good teams, yes.
Very good teams.
Yes.
But it wasn't, though, because I think we have one that's a little better. How about the game of the week? The primetime Red Bull featured game of premier matchup, whatever it's called, is Logan and Faj.
Yeah.
They've both been in it before, but
yeah.
How can you pass up two teams that are 5-2 and just really battling for a playoff spot in the best division in the league?
Oh yeah. It's going to be a tough one. I'm seriously worried.
Yeah, I mean, I had a hard time not picking that one. So that's going to be our game. You feel good about it?
I do, but yet, obviously I'm worried, but I'm going to have Zeke back, and
that's going to be a big addition. I mean, your team is Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got Trent and Eric. I kind of feel like that's the battle of the wide receivers in a way.
Uh-huh.
There's not a lot of running back on either roster. But I tell you what, though. Eric does not have Antonio Brown.
Really?
That's big for Eric, because
yeah.
that's one of his players. Although Roethlisberger's out, so that's going to hurt him. But he's got Jeffrey, who needs to play good, and then Trent's got Julio Jones and several other good wide receivers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good.
Definitely.
Fudge, we have an interview here. Let's see if we can get that going.
All right, let's see if we can get her going here, man.
Earful of Bj here, and we have Logan on the line. Hey, Logan, it's the Faj. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Faj, how you doing? It's an honor to be on the show. I can't wait for tonight's episode.
That's awesome. It's good to have you on here, right, Jess?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, BJ.
Yeah.
Hey, Logan, just by the luck of draw, you and I are both in a top-heavy division. And how do you feel about your chances of making the playoffs?
Well, I did feel pretty good. Last week, I had a tough one. I got spanked. And this week, it looks like that's going to happen again, as I have Eli and Odell on the bench with the bye. And browsing the waivers, there is no starting quarterback on the waivers. So I might be going quarterback-less this week.
Oh, man.
But in terms of my playoff standings, we are in a tough division. We are beating each other up, and I feel like the rest of the league could take advantage of us.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It definitely could. Hey, Logan, you've had plenty of success in this league, I'd say. You've gone 12-2 in 2012, which I believe is the best record ever. You finished 4th in 2012 and 2014. So it seems like you've pretty much got everything checked off except maybe a championship. And you've got a pretty good team this year. So is it kind of a championship or bust this year for you?
I do think of it that way. That 12-2 season, I put a lot of work into going for that championship, and it didn't end up working out. But that's how the fantasy dice roll sometimes. But with the division we have, I think it is championship or bust. I feel like the winner of this league is going to come out of our division.
Okay, that's very fair. I definitely agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, the Faj here again. Hey, now that Gronk is back, are you worried about what Gronk may do to Bennett's production?
Oh, man, it is a scary thought. When I drafted him, I was thinking the exact same thing. Gronk, kind of injury prone.
Yeah.
And Bennett's a very good tight end. Even when he did come back, I was hoping they would split things off pretty well, and that's a really scary duo to go up against. But it looks like Gronk is right now taking his share of what he's missed, and it does worry me a little bit, but I think when the playoffs roll around and people try to game plan for maybe Gronk a little bit more, Bennett could see some more production. So
Absolutely.
I'm thinking with that.
Yeah, I would not give up on him, that's for sure.
No.
Hey, Logan, you've been in the primetime game before, and we're actually going to put you in it again. I think your and Faj's matchup here is just too good not to, because you were both 5-2, and it's like, you got to feel like there's some playoff implications here. So what are your thoughts going into it? I know you kind of shared earlier, but why don't you dive into that?
Yeah, I agree. It's a big game for our division, for our league. 5-2 is, it's at the top, and I'm gonna have to do my work this week to come up with the best lineup that I can. The Faj he's got a bulletproof lineup. All these guys have had a week this year where they've done some good work. So I do think it's a big game, and once again, I'm happy to be in the primetime game, and we'll put all my cards on the table to give my best effort.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I'm just so thankful that I'm not in your guys' division, although my team's pretty poor in itself, so I guess it really wouldn't matter. But, hey, thanks for being...
Chris has been bulletproof.
Oh, my gosh, Chris has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Logan, thanks for being on air. You didn't happen to have any questions for us, did you?
I did have one question for the Faz.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Fire away, man.
I'm interested in these 1 week Shawshank.
Yeah.
Can we get some details for the league on these new 1 weekers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously that was my first time at doing it. I didn't know it was a Shawshank or anything, but I wouldn't have done it if he would have been out to beat somebody specifically for it. But since he was without a quarterback, I felt that I help out there. I just felt that need to do that, so that's why I did it. So
yeah, all right. Well, we're going to dive into that more during the show, Logan. Yeah. So you're going to want to listen to
good.
that.
I can't wait.
Hey, Logan, thanks a lot for being on air, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I love everything about this show and everything about our league. Anything I can do to help, I'd love to be on the show again.
Absolutely. We're going to have you. That's for sure, man.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Good luck this week.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
1 week trades. Well, I had more than one person, more than two people, definitely more than two people, say that they wanted us to talk about this on air. So that's a very interesting and probably a sensitive subject to talk about. Faj, you partooked, there it is.
Partooked?
In a 1 week trade.
Yes, I did, and I'll reiterate on that. Like I said, I don't think someone should do it just specifically to beat someone. If they're out a player or something, I can see somebody helping them out. And the NFL doesn't do it. I don't think we really should do it either. But other than for that, but
Okay. Chris's thoughts were, Well, if you like being compared to the biggest cheaters in football, Bill Belichick/Tom Brady, then by all means. I just think we've done so well to model our league off of the real NFL structure. It's just a shame. I believe some sort of suspension or public shaming should be enforced. That way you can still do it if you're that desperate, but you have to deal with some sort of consequence. Hashtag make it so, commish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as it's legal, I take part in it. I mean, if it's there, you might as well take every advantage you can, but I think it should be illegal. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but I'm not saying that I won't do it. If it's legal, I'll do it. But I would like that to be on the questionnaire again, Clay.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Another thing here, Brady wanted me to bring this up, was the strength of schedule. He'd like to have a schedule each year compared to that. I'm not really sure that's possible just because you don't know from year to year because we don't have the same teams. I see what he's getting at because we looked it up, and if Brady had Chris's schedule, Brady would be 7-0.
Oh,
if
right.
Chris had Brady's schedule, Chris would be set 5-2.
Yeah.
So that makes you think, although I don't really think it carries much merit. The fantasy is all about opportunity, and I think you take the opportunity away when you do strength of schedule.
Right. I agree.
But we'll talk about that more next week.
Absolutely.
Have a good one, guys.
Later.